What's up guys, SuperSaf here, and as you may have already guessed from the title and thumbnail, this is a bit of a different video. We're going to be talking about scams. So impersonation is a problem that myself and many other content creators face on a regular basis, whether that be on Instagram, Facebook, and more recently here on YouTube. And the impersonation is usually intended to scam our followers, and unfortunately there have been many incidents where many followers have ended up losing lots of money to some scammers. So I wanted to get to the bottom of this. How do these scams work? Who is behind these scams? And most importantly, how do we prevent them from happening? And that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. Okay, the magnifying glass wasn't actually used as part of this process. I just thought it was a nice prop. Anyway, so let's actually break these scams down. How do they begin? Well, they usually start off with a fake profile, an impersonation where the profile will replicate my profile or another popular YouTuber using the same profile picture, the official name, maybe a slight variation of the name, maybe there's an extra letter here or there, maybe there's the term official added or pinned by. And then these profiles will either message or reply to comments of followers, usually promising them a gift. Maybe they'll say that you've won a giveaway, and these messages will usually be accompanied by a WhatsApp number. Now, I was curious to know what actually happens when you WhatsApp one of these numbers, and how do they actually try to scam you? I was going to WhatsApp one of these numbers myself, but I'm not really an expert in this area and I wasn't sure how to get all of the vital information that I needed out of these scammers. So I reached out to my friend Ben from the YouTube channel Pleasant Green. Now I've been subscribed to Ben for quite some time and he's got an amazing channel where he exposes scammers and also tries to make good people out of them. Here's the conversation that he had with one of the scammers.
So I sent the scammer a text and I said, "Hello, SuperSaf. I was told I am a winner." And he said, "Congratulations, on which of our videos did you win?" And I told him that it was one of SuperSaf's. He said, "Your name, please." I said, "My name is Ben." "Okay, Ben, can I have your username, please?" I said, "I don't know, this is all I got." And I sent him one of the comments from SuperSaf's channel. "Congratulations, you are among our shortlisted winners on free iPhone. You won." Hey, lucky me, I'm a winner. So the guy goes on to ask me for some personal information so he can get my prize ready for shipping. He then says, "Okay, your package is ready and ready for shipping." And I'm like, "I don't have to do anything else?" And he says, "You have to pay a shipping fee of $100. Ah, here we go. There's always a catch. There's no reason it should cost more than $10 to ship my iPhone, but I guess they gotta make their money somehow.
Now there's more to the conversation, which you can check out soon, but essentially, these scammers promise you a very expensive item, such as an iPhone, but there's a catch. You need to pay them for the shipping costs, and that's usually $100, maybe more. And if you do send them the money, then you're never gonna see that money again. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably just saying in the comments, this is so obvious, how can people fall for these scams? Well, unfortunately, not everybody is as tech savvy as a lot of you guys are. Some people are very new to the internet, maybe they're quite young, maybe they've got their first smartphone and they don't really understand how all of this works. And those are usually the victims. So now we know how the scam works, what can we do to prevent it? Well, the first thing you can do is if you do ever receive one of these types of messages, just remember that myself and other YouTubers and content creators don't just give out our numbers. That's something we simply do not do. So that should be your first flag. The other thing to look out for, and I would say one of the most important things to look out for, is if the profile is verified. All of my profiles have a tick next to them, and that will tell you if the profile is verified or not. Now, sure, some people might try to fake the verification tick or add a symbol towards the end. In that case, you can simply click on to the profile or the channel and see if it's actually my profile. Does it have any videos on there? Does it have any subscribers? If not, then you should know that this is definitely a scam and you should report the profile and the comments right away. Now that's what you can do. What can the social media platforms do to prevent this from happening? Well, unfortunately, I have generally had a pretty bad experience when I've tried to report some of these impersonating profiles. Instagram has surprisingly been the best, although it's not perfect, and they have taken down many profiles that I have reported. Facebook, unfortunately, doesn't really seem to do much. I've reported many blatantly fake profiles and they've just come back with, hey, we don't see a problem here. It's fine. And there's nothing else you can do. And YouTube, unfortunately, has been worse than Facebook in my experience. I've actually reached out to the Team YouTube Twitter handle. They advised that I report these impersonating profiles. And guess what happens when I report these profiles? Yep, you guessed right. Nothing.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
This profile I reported back in February. So it's February the 15th. I made a note of it. 2021. It's been many months and this profile still exists. So YouTube doesn't seem to have done anything. This is not the only one. I've reported many other profiles and again, nothing seems to happen. And a lot of these profiles eventually will just change their name and profile picture. And if YouTube ever does get on to reviewing these reports, then the profile picture and name has already changed. So it doesn't seem like much can be done. So YouTube definitely needs to do more and they need to review these profiles much quicker so that they can be taken down. And although you can block users from commenting on your channel, this will only prevent them from commenting further on your videos. All of the existing comments that they have, and sometimes it's hundreds, will still remain on your videos. And I've had to spend hours manually removing a lot of these comments one by one. So YouTube needs an option to remove all existing comments from your videos from a particular user. And another possible solution is something that Graham Stefan mentioned in his video because it's a problem that he's also been facing. And that is to maybe have a particular time period or usage period that a new user needs to have before they can just go ahead and start commenting on anybody's videos. So those are a few of the things that YouTube and other social media platforms can hopefully do to prevent people from being scammed. But what about the scammers themselves? What message can I give to them? Well, I'm not going to sit here in my privileged position and try to understand why some people might resort to scamming, but either way, it's wrong. If you are in a bad situation and you're scamming somebody else, they might be in a bad situation as well, and you're actually making the situation much worse. And what happened to the individuals that Ben was speaking to? Well, there's actually a lot more to that story. I don't want to give too much away. If you want to find out, then do go ahead and check out Ben's video on his channel. Do also subscribe to his channel. I want to say a big thanks to Ben for helping me get to the bottom of this. Without him, this video would not have been possible. And if you liked this video and found it useful, then please do smash that like button for me and also consider subscribing to this channel if you want to see more content like this. Do also share this video. Even if it helps prevent a couple of people from being scammed, then it's going to be totally worth it. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.